Welcome to Sounds of Sud. I'm your host, Jasmine. This podcast is for all the music lovers and anyone that wants to learn more about working in the music industry. Bringing you interesting insights and wild stories from DJs to festival organisers, we talk to all of the people behind the scenes that make the magic happen. So make sure to hit subscribe and I'll see you on the dance floor. Welcome, Jess Herself, to Sounds of Sud, the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for coming on over. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been good today. I've been busy. Just getting ready for going away to Perth this weekend just for a holiday. So just doing that. It's my boyfriend's birthday yesterday. So
nice. I think I saw that on Instagram today.
Yeah.
It's nice, cute. Are you going there just for not playing or anything?
No, I'm just going to Bristleton to see his friend Fraser and Talia for the weekend because he just had another baby. So it's going to be nice.
Cute, another baby. They've already got
Third,
one.
yeah.
Into parent life. Cool. Well, as you may or may not have picked up on there, I did say playing, so I've invited you on over here because you are also another Sydney-based DJ.
Yes.
How long have you been DJing for?
In Sydney about 3 years, but I learnt to DJ when I was younger, and then I just wasn't really doing it when I was here initially, just because I couldn't with my visa, similar to Adam Hall, I remember him saying on the podcast, but I didn't have the work rights to be able to do that on the side. So I started in Sydney in 2020 and in the UK when I was 19.
Wow.
For a few years.
And so how long have you lived here?
7.
Oh, you've been here as long as I've had the dog that's decided to come on in. He always wants to come in. I don't know if you can't see him, but anytime I'm recording this podcast, my dog always wants to come in. I never let him, but Jess was like, bring him on in. So he's gonna be a new little mascot. He'll probably keep you warm too. It's quite cold in here. Cool. So you DJ'd back at home, and when did you finally how did you get into DJing here professionally?
Yeah, I DJ'd at home and I with friends at parties and stuff and learned that way. And then when I was 21, I did a festival at my nan and granddad's house for my 21st birthday. And that was when I played my first set. So that was quite fun. And that's why I'm Jess Herself as well.
Why?
It's a headline festival as Jess Herself.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that kind of stuff. I would love to do that. That's my idea of a good time, of a party. My desired thing wouldn't be to go to a venue and have drinks and do that kind of stuff. I'm much more stay at home, make it your own kind of party kind of thing. So fun. How many of your friends did you have?
About 60, I think.
60?
Yeah, my dad and granddad live in the countryside. So.
Wow. And what, they all stayed over?
Well, they were invited to, but a lot of people left, got a big taxi and stuff. But yeah, we camped in the garden.
Yeah, nice. That would have been so fun. It would have been so funny. Did any of your other friends DJ and play?
Yeah, I've got quite a lot of DJ friends back home, all my inspiration, and they're all really good DJs, and that's how I got into the music scene. They showed me music because they're all a bit older than me, and went to Warehouse Projects and Part Life and all the different festivals and stuff. So, that was really good.
So a little raver back in the day, or still now?
I was, yeah. Well, I am, but a bit older way.
yeah. No, older way, sure. So where are you actually from in England?
I'm from Cheshire, near Manchester, south of Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it just the culture where you're from that a lot of people are into music, or?
Well, my friend Jen from school, good friend, well, best friend, for the sake of the pod, we used to go out a lot, and her boyfriend was at Leeds Uni and she was at Sunderland Uni, and I was working and I had a car, so I just used to go to Leeds and then go to Sheffield, and we just travelling all the unis and experiencing it all, and that's how we got into it, really.
I went to Sheffield Uni.
Did you?
Yeah. Did you ever go to Leadmill?
Yes.
Yeah, such a cool venue.
My sister went to Sheffield Uni.
Yeah. I went to Hallam though, not the.
Yeah, she went to Sheffield Hallam.
Yeah, as well.
But my sister's not super party. I mean, I think she was then a little bit, but I went out in Leeds more so for the nightlife scene for music, more so.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever went out in Leeds. I can't really remember. I did go to a few places when I was up there, but I wasn't into raving when I was at uni. It was in my gap year of uni when I really got used to it. So where do you mainly play in Sydney?
To be honest, it's more at the moment events, but I do private events and I do a few bar gigs here and there, like Taylor's Rooftop. But I've played a lot of events. I played a Bondi Lines event on Friday, and then on Saturday, and then on Friday I played a Me and Edge and Dance on Inception.
Yeah, of course, we were talking about that when we met up the other week. How was it?
really fun. And I played on Inception last weekend for Vivid for Paige Tomlinson as well. So I've had some really good gigs.
Wow, well tell us about both of those, both nights.
Yeah, so I played back to back with SOUNDSOFSUD. She's a girl DJ, she's Australian. I met her through like Your Shot, because when I did Your Shot last year, and she's like one of the judges. So we did that, played back to back before Paige, and that was really fun. Good vibe.
Yeah, nice. So on Your Shot, I have explained previously what it is, so I'm just going to go on the basis that people know what it is. But as I was saying before, my boyfriend just got selected, which is really exciting, and is no longer coming to Defected in Croatia with me because like it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, it would be excellent. Like there's some great, lots of different festivals up for grabs. I did Wildcard last year, but like what they're offering is fantastic.
So obviously there's Your Shot DJ competition. You enter, get 6 weeks of lessons, and then there's a big competition, and a number of people get selected to play at festivals, like all paid for. Like I don't think you get paid to do it, but you go and play, and it's the holidays paid for and stuff. But there's also a wild card. Do you want to explain a bit about your
It's just when you're already playing out and you're a DJ, and you compete like a 25-minute set, and you win a set at a festival similarly.
So that was on the weekend before last, and did you go anywhere before or after, or did you just go on Inception?
After Paige Tomlinson, no, I was planning to go to Switch, but I didn't end up making it. I just stayed out at like Darling Harbour area.
Yeah, nice. I actually went out in Darling Harbour the other week for the first time in, honestly, I would say years. We went to Bungalow 8, and I was just there with a couple of people from work. And yeah, it's funny, it's such a different vibe to going like to a rave, you know, but it's a beautiful setting and the bars are like lovely. It's just not really my vibe.
Yeah, I just think it's just different, isn't it? And it's what you do. Like I remember like before COVID, when I first got here in like 2017, 2018, so I was at a hostel called Base Hostel.
Yeah,
it's on Nomads. Yeah. It's right near Darling Harbour. So me and all my friends, like we were doing pontoon every Friday, like Thursdays, like going out like every night pretty much, and like going to pontoon every Friday for the R&B night then. And like it's different for everyone as well, and like it is like Cafe Del Mar, and there's a few different places that have nice gigs on. Yeah,
it's funny that you mentioned Ivy Thursdays there, and R&B, because they're actually adding an R&B room into Club Above. Do you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I was at Club Above on Saturday.
This Saturday just gone?
Yeah, I had a really fun night.
Yeah.
I played at the old cinema. It's called, I can't remember what the name of it. Something 12. But it's an old cinema, a converted cinema, and it was Slumberjack headlining, and I supported them. They're an Australian duo, which is really fun. And then me and Clutch Up, my friend Dan and his girlfriend Danny, we went to Club Above for Mixed Method set.
Legend, hey? Felicity's sets are always amazing. Okay, so just thinking about dates and stuff like that, you've been here 7 years, you're DJing like obviously at home, which was 7 years ago. It's quite a long time to have like a break for. Why did you actually, I know you kind of said about where you're playing and stuff, but why did you actually get back into it, and how, like which promoters do you work with, and what was the story?
So I used to DJ like with friends when I was going out, and then when I came here I used to just enjoy going out more so, and like me and my boyfriend used to have like, you know, we're both full of going out, and we always have pre-drinks and things, and we're just always going out more so than wanting to be on the other side, and I didn't really get into it, but then during COVID, and I got sick. I got diagnosed with MS in 2020, so it just gives you a whole perspective on life a little bit, doesn't it? And just you got to do stuff for yourself.
So you started DJing after. So I was actually going to ask you what it was like going through that diagnosis, and did it affect your DJing? But you actually didn't even start DJing till afterwards, or like again.
Well, maybe like properly, like because I remember I got diagnosed, and like Daryl, my friend, like who runs Inception, yeah boy, like he knows that I can DJ. I always DJ when the decks are there, like when we used to go away for weekends and stuff. But I was just like, I'm not ready. And then I went to Darwin and for Carl Cox Eclipse Mobile Disco with like a massive crew from Sydney, which was really fun.
I remember having the biggest FOMO when everyone went up there. Everyone went up there.
It was so
everyone. They just migrated like birds, didn't they?
It was so fun.
Yeah, it was like the first thing out of COVID. It looked so good.
It was so fun. Jordan Neeson, he was planning to DJ it. Deck Bar in Darwin, and then he was like, do you want to play back to back? And I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, my USB, like first time bringing my USB out with me. And yeah, we ended up DJing for 8 hours. Pretty much everyone from Sydney was in there.
Oh my God.
And it was just an absolute vibe and so much fun. So then I was like, and then Daryl, I remember, like, reached out to me like the week after. He was like, you're ready, Jess, I'm putting you on. And then he booked me for Yeah.Boy on, I think it was the Queen's birthday in 2021.
This weekend, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
This weekend, 3 years ago.
Yeah. That was my first set in Sydney.
Wow. And it's funny you say about Yeah.Boy because it's not out yet. It's coming out in 2 days' time. Get my days confused. Justin Muscat was here the other day and he started Yeah.Boy and he sold it to obviously your friend, which is funny. How much do you know about that whole, like, how do you know this? Darren or Daryl?
How do I know Daryl? So Ben and Daryl, DJs DB, and I know Ben from home. We're good friends. Like, we used to go partying together. But basically, just through them really. But we've been friends for like 4 or 5 years now.
Wow. And do they do Yeah.Boy full time?
Yeah, so Daryl's just recently got the new boat Inception, and they've got like full rostered. They let promoters do events on there and then just run it. So like that was like Friday, like a M.A.N.D.Y promoters, they brought him on Inception, but that was the promoter, Sounds Like, and House of Tracks, Tommy's event. But they can do it the other way where they just do their own events, and that's what Yeah.Boy is. That's one of their brands, but they've got a few brands.
Yeah, they've got multiple. Yeah, nice. It's clever. It's good not to have all your eggs in one basket. What's it like, what was M.A.N.D.Y just set like? Did you get to...
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then we all went to Burdekin after as well.
Yeah.
It was really good. And Paige Tomlinson last week on Inception was a really good set. Like, they're getting like really good DJs on.
What kind of music does she play?
I think it was more minimal. Don't quote me, but I think it's like acid house.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm not very
Liverpool. So there's like so much music history in that area. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I must say, like, since I'm getting more into this whole like musical journey, whatever you want to call it, like I do toy with the idea of going home, like, just because obviously I left when I was so young and there's music where I'm from, but I feel like I could go back there and just have a whole different perspective on the whole country, you know, because it's like in London and Manchester and, you know, just really like there is like so much music in the UK and the festivals. Like I would kill to go to a good English festival. Like,
oh, honestly,
Aussie ones are good, don't get me wrong, they're incredible, probably the best I've ever been to, but to go back to an English festival so much older, I think I would enjoy that just as much, obviously, you know.
Yeah, I'm craving it too.
Yeah. What's did you go to many festivals in the UK?
Yeah. I used to go out quite a lot. When I was like 19, 20, 21, me and like my friends, like we used to go to Park Life, we used to go to South Nightclub a lot, we used to go to Warehouse Project a lot.
And what's your favourite festival in England, or Park
Life.
I never got up to Park Life, unfortunately. And what about here? Have you been to many festivals here?
Yeah, loads. I mean, 2016, 2017, 2018, like I feel like we were just at a festival every weekend, like Listen Out, like, you know, Electric Gardens. There's so many.
That lineup got announced today, Listen Out.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
And like I love John Summit. I was so happy.
Yeah, Skepta as well. I think
Skepta, I know.
And also Bella's on it as well.
Yeah, so I was literally just talking to her I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. I was talking to her, she's going to come on the podcast.
Nice.
And then I got the email this morning and I saw her and I was like, oh, that's so nice, that's so cute.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting her. She seems nice. So sorry, we kind of scooted over the whole MS diagnosis. That's obviously quite a big thing and a big part of your life, and what it means for DJing and stuff. Do you want to just go down whatever avenue for that story that you feel comfortable with?
Basically, it was obviously like awful, like when I got diagnosed, because, you know, it was bad. Like they found I was like going to the doctors with multiple symptoms for a couple of years, and then basically just getting told it's anxiety.
What are the symptoms, if you don't mind me asking?
Like numbness, tingling, like just not feeling right.
Yeah.
I remember just feeling not right. And but the doctors were like doing all the standard tests that they could do, and just like nothing was showing. So they just said it was anxiety, and also like very similar like symptoms like tingling and things like that. But yeah, basically, I finally got the diagnosis after going numb in my face on holiday in Byron Bay. But I actually didn't like treat it with any urgency immediately because I've been told it was anxiety before, and so I just thought, oh, it's fine. It's just 'cause I'm drinking coffee or whatever.
Oh my god, how numb?
Hair went numb.
Wow.
But basically, it was just a bit rough. Like, they found like 30 odd lesions on my brain. Like, I was pretty bad, and my neurologist was like amazed like how good I was and how functioning I was and stuff. So it's been really like nice to have him, and like he's like a professor at UNSW. Like, he's clever, like he knows what he's doing. I'm so grateful like to him. Like, he got me on treatment pretty quick. I was in hospital for like just over a week, like getting steroids and everything, and he referred me to all the different departments to be like for each symptom to be looked at individually and like get managed individually. Wow. So I'm on a few different medications now. I'm great.
That's crazy. Do you mind me asking you a few questions on that?
No.
Yeah. In regards to your face going numb, like, what did you do? So you're aware.
I mean, that was World MS Day the other day, and I wrote a whole paragraph about this, and it was so long. It was exceeding the word count, and then I was like, okay, no one needs to know all this, but if you want to, I'll go there. That's absolutely, yeah. Basically, I didn't treat it with any like much urgency because I'd had it before, and the doctor had told me that they thought it was anxiety. I was thinking, and then I decided to stop drinking coffee, and it kind of just went, and then I was fine. And I started like, being all zen and doing yoga and stuff. But then it came back when I was just drank coffee in Byron Bay. So I just immediately thought it's just that.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Good association.
So I didn't like think, oh, let's go to A&E, because I'd been to A&E with so many symptoms and just been like, this is a whole thing, like, isn't it? Like, misdiagnosis, it just happens, and it's so hard to diagnose. It just is what it is, but it takes a lot to be like, they have to like have a certain number of things. So for example, an MRI and lesions and a lumbar puncture, and there's something in the lumbar puncture that they can like test that can prove it. Like, there's just a few elements to a diagnosis.
What's a lesion?
A lesion is scar tissue on the brain. So I've got like dots on my brain and spine.
Okay.
And that's where the MS has attacked the myelin, which is what coats your nerves. Basically, I like explaining it like a plug. So you have a wire and plastic coating. So the wire is like the nerve, and the plastic coating is the myelin. And basically you have that around your whole central nervous system, from your brain to every body part and every function. But it basically breaks down the myelin, so the wires are exposed. So it's like a malfunction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then how do you treat that in your like daily life? Like, what does it actually mean? So you get diagnosis, and then what changed?
So, well, I actually felt just a lot of relief when I was starting to be taken seriously. So I was like, I knew something wasn't right.
Made you feel like you're going crazy?
Honestly, and over the years, and then just getting the treatment and just moving forward, really. I mean, obviously it was a pretty hard year or two, and it was really rough. Because I lost a few jobs because, once you start having all these appointments, I was in the hospital so many times a week and stuff, and I was just needing rest time, to be honest. And when you're sponsored and you're just working hard for the visa, because everyone does, I think every expat just work in a job they don't necessarily love for the visa, and it's just how it is here. It's one of the things that we all just sacrifice it and say that's fine because we have such an amazing lifestyle.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Everyone
it's a sacrifice for the greater good, for a great future.
That literally is it. It's a sacrifice for the greater good. Couple of years.
And I've been refused my visa since because of my health.
That's so true.
So we got to the point of getting permanent residency application through Rob. Now because he was on my visa, whilst he was growing his business, earlier his cranes and construction, and then we did the PR through him, but then I got diagnosed, and then now I don't meet the health requirement.
And I'm surprised you can't just get higher health insurance or stuff, which obviously sucks, you'd have to do that anyway, but at least there's an avenue.
There's some visas where they have a health waiver that you can apply for, which is kind of has that involved, but this visa, there's no wiggle room.
So what's happening?
So I have to wait. I've applied to the tribunal, so I'm on a bridging visa now, which is just causing me issues with getting the jobs that I want, because some people want an end date on visas. But I've also had some amazing experiences working for myself over the past. I've worked for some great music brands, which we should definitely talk about. I worked for SOUNDSOFSUD and I worked for CDEC, which was fantastic because I worked on CDEC and It Sounds Like Sundays. I worked for Sounds Like on C-Deck, and I was the host every Sunday. And I looked after loads of international DJs, which was really cool.
Wow. So
I worked on C-Deck every Sunday, and I looked after like Weiss, I can't Weiss, and also MK, and also Defected, After-party.
And what's your actual involvement on the boat look like?
On the actual boat, I'm just making sure everyone's okay, having a good time. Like all the DJs have what they need, and like they're like sat in the VIP section, and they've got drinks, and DJs know their set times. They come out, and like if there's any issues with the decks, I can help fix them. And yeah, run sheets beforehand I put together, and yeah, it's good. It's cool. Speak to the agents.
Yeah, nice. Good way to network, that's for sure. Maybe I should do it.
Honestly, like Phil Burial, he's fantastic, and that's who I work for, and Matt, and they taught me a lot, and it was great, like to meet different people and learn about the industry and who's in the industry and what it looks like in Sydney, because I didn't really know beforehand. I just knew that I loved DJ and I loved music, and I knew that it was my passion. It's what I like. It's this one thing that, like, if I'm exhausted, music will put a smile on my face and get me dancing.
Yeah,
like,
always.
Always.
Always. I always say it, reference it like at a festival in the morning where like, you know, there is those couple of hours of silence generally, like a couple of hours, usually from like 5 till 7, 8 a.m. or whatever. And then all of a sudden the music cranks up again, everyone gets up, and at the time you're a bit like, fuck. And then it's just so good, and off you go again. It's so good. So regards to the MS diagnosis, like what does that mean for you as a DJ? What's it like? You know,
at the moment, like I'm doing pretty well. I'm just so much healthier, like in my lifestyle, like, and I'm not more aware of being healthier, I should say. Like I just make sure I get to the gym, and I, you know, have downtime, and I need downtime. Like I need to chill. Like I don't think about it. Like I don't commit to too much, because I like to be able to look after my own timetable. Like, and if I have gigs, you know, my bag's full of snacks, and I've got my water and everything, and you know, it's just like common sense from a health perspective more so than anything else. And I think everyone else, like, I'm just more aware of it.
So what does it actually mean in the sense, so you obviously explained to me about like the mechanics behind it, but in terms of like you physically and mentally, what's the, if you were to, you know, do you have to take medication, or is it just like a weekly appointments?
I take like 3 medications a day, and then I have infusions every 6 months in hospital.
Wow. Like what kind of infusion?
It's an MS treatment for Ocrevus.
Is it something for like your brain, or?
It like protects the myelin around my nerves.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And is it like on a drip or something for a day? Yeah, wow, that's hectic. So you spent a lot of time in hospital.
Yeah. I mean, it's less so now than it was. I feel like it's much more manageable now. I'm actually just pleased because they nearly put me on a treatment where I would be having it every month called Tisabri. This one's every 6 months, and I've had no side effects from this one either. So like, I'm grateful for that. Like, because it could be a lot more invasive.
Yeah. So other than going to your 6 monthly appointments, is your day-to-day life like the same as mine, other than being conscious of your health, or are you restricted?
I mean, I get tired. Like, I can't do as much as everyone else, and like, I mean, sometimes I can. Like, sometimes I can outdance anyone, but also sometimes I just want to chill. And also, I used to push myself. I used to like always be go, and like I used to work on weekends for extra cash, like doing a hospitality job when I worked all full time. Do you know what I mean? Like I always been very busy and just happy to be busy. But I think that I think that's like just something that I've noticed in myself. Like I'm not as busy, but I'm also happy. I'm living in Australia.
Yeah,
like, it's so chill.
Yeah. What was it like going through that process, being on the other side of the world? Like your family must have been worried.
Oh, it was rough, yeah, because like I always been told that I've been a bit dramatic by the doctors, and like then I finally like decided, right, I actually remember on the day I went into work and COVID had just started, and there's only a few people going into the office, and I just messaged Moritz and my boss Jenny saying like, can you just keep an eye on me today? I don't feel 100%, because there was not knowing everyone wasn't going in the office because it was like 3 meter rule or whatever it was. I remember just not being sure, and then on the way home I just was on the bus because it's like an hour journey on the bus because I worked in Chatswood, and then I like didn't feel right, so like I was like, yeah, I think we should go to A&E because my housemate thought I should have. she was really like pushy about it. Well, not pushy, but she was really recommending it, and I just wasn't sure. Because I've been so many times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've been turned away so many times, you would start to lose your confidence in.
Immediately, and that's like such a big thing with MS. Like, a lot of people say that they've had that sort of experience, and it is such a shame. But they're getting better, way better than they used to be. So it's all, you know, going in the right direction, which is good.
Yeah, and do you stay sober now?
No, like, I mean, I don't always drink. I've got so many millions of drinks cards. Probably could like hundreds and hundreds of pounds of drinks cards in my side table.
From when you go and play.
Yeah, I either drink and I get involved, or I don't. Like, I look at everything like, is it worth it these days? Like, from every perspective. Like,
yeah,
you know, I can't commit to doing something 5 nights on a run because I don't think I'm up to it. Or, I mean, I probably would be. My boyfriend would say you definitely are. But, like, I just would rather manage that, you know, energy. Like, I put things in the right places, so I've got more energy wherever I want it.
Yeah, and I think that's something, obviously, that naturally happens as you get older, but I guess yours has just been accelerated and, like, had to take a bit more seriously. Is it something that you need to, like, tell people, like, before you play a set, or is it just, like, I don't have any experience with this kind of thing, so sorry if I'm asking too many questions.
No, so I don't have to tell anyone before a set, because I just come and do my thing.
Like, there's no risk of anything happening to you, like, there's someone should be aware of to look out for. Like, for example, my housemate is diabetic, so, like, I know things about him to know signs if he needs, like, attention, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. Like, basically, if I was having a relapse, I mean, obviously something could happen, like, where, like, I can't walk or something like that, which is obviously the worst case scenario, but I generally, like, wouldn't really have something that dramatic. It would potentially be tingling and things like that, because I'm on a really good treatment and haven't had any progression for a while. Obviously, in the future, it could change, but I just manage it, do what I can. I just, you know, eat well, go to the gym, look after myself, and I don't, like, do anything too much.
While still trying to enjoy your...
Yeah.
Like,
I'm doing it because I'm passionate about music, and that's my thing. Like, it gets me dancing when I'm tired. Like, you gotta be aware of that. Like, I used to be working a corporate job, and I remember just being I used to work a lot of hours, and, like, just remember, I was really just a bit annoyed, so I was like, God, if I just been working, like, these hours, like, to make myself sick, like, to be honest. Because obviously it's stress, isn't it? Like, chronic stress, like, causes chronic conditions. Like, there's so many things that you could pinpoint it, and they don't know, but it's just like, you gotta just look out for yourself and do what you enjoy and just make yourself happy, because
100%, I couldn't agree more.
I'm so passionate about that. Like, and I'll say it to everyone because it makes me emotional, because some people I know, like, they stuck in jobs they don't like and in situations they don't like, and I just want to shake them.
They won't do anything about it.
Yes, some people are like that, and no disrespect at all, but I just love everyone to experience everything I've done. When I went travelling and saw what I saw and did what I did, and just, the world's just an unreal place.
So did your perspective change after the MS diagnosis?
Yes. I remember just being like, I want a baby straight away to my boyfriend, but I mean, there's just not, well, we will get there. But also, like, more so, like, just, we wrote bucket lists of, like, what we wanted to do, and I remember one of my things was, like, I want to go to WA, and, like, we went to WA, like, I got diagnosed in October, and I think we went to WA, like, the following April, and did, like, a road trip, like, from Perth to Exmouth, and went diving with whales and all that. And
wow, yeah, so cool.
Because I just, like, we were in Australia and we just, like, spending all our time. And also, because of COVID, we couldn't leave, so we had holidays to actually use, not on a trip home for once.
Yes.
So, like, just took the opportunity to make sure we see it, because that's what we're here for at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the thing, and it's so easy to just get stuck in a rut and just, like, work, and, like you just referenced, holidays you generally used to go home. Where does, like, MS come from? Is it like a what's the thing when it comes to...
They don't know yet, really.
They don't know.
Unfortunately. And this is why, like, last month I did a fundraiser. I walked 263 kilometres throughout the course of May and raised $1,067.
Nice, congratulations.
So far, you still don't know.
I donated yesterday.
Did you? Thank you so much.
I saw it, you shared it, and I was like, oh, that's nice.
Of course.
Was it your boyfriend's birthday?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. But everyone else, donate, please.
Thank you. But yeah, sorry, what was the original question?
I can't remember. I was asking, like, do they know where MS comes from? What's the thing when it comes down in your family? What's it called?
Hereditary.
Hereditary, is it hereditary?
To be honest, they think that they're not sure, like, at all. So basically, they think it's like an environmental gene, or like, you know, you're missing something. Like, they're still figuring it out. It could be anything, realistically. I mean, for me, like, I've just like cleaned up my diet. I'm reducing gluten, I'm reducing dairy. Some people go vegan and things, but I'm not gonna. But like, just being aware of all the things you're putting into your body and on your skin and on your cleaning products and all these things, because it's something we're exposing ourselves to at the end of the day. And you know, they put a lot of stuff in a lot of things. So if anything, I try and be as clean as I can without being crazy.
My friend told me the other day that almond milk is actually like 98% canola oil, which is absolutely putrid.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Seed oils are really bad, aren't they?
Canola oil, like, that's the cheap stuff you put in the frying pan. Like, I would never use that now. I would use olive oil, but when I was younger, I used to use canola oil, I'm pretty sure. Like,
this is it. Like, we just didn't know, did we?
No, you just don't know, and you don't know, and like, we still don't know anything. We're so young still. Like, there's so much stuff you know, but then I think about 5 years ago, how much stuff I thought I knew then, and how much I know now. I'm like, holy shit! It's just an ever evolving. It's just
it is, and just I feel like products are just coming out and out and out and evolving, and just full of sugar and things that you don't know, and because they don't know it, like, it's hard to pinpoint it. But with all these donations and everything they're doing for World MS Day, for example, around the world, I'm really hopeful that they'll continue doing research and they'll hopefully get to the point where they can offer even better treatments in my lifetime. And I believe they will. Following COVID, I feel like they just learned a lot more about autoimmune conditions. So I'm very hopeful. I mean, I'm living an okay life. Like, it's way better. I remember I did a meditation course with MS Australia, and I was on, because I was like being offered lots of like different things, and I was on a course with like all these older ladies, and they were like, "You're going to be fine." Like, treatments ever evolving, they've only just getting started, and like there was no treatments when they got diagnosed.
Wow. And how are they?
I don't know them personally.
No, but like, were they okay, or were they?
Yeah, they were okay. But like, obviously, like, history, like, a lot of scientists say, like, the old MS, like, you were most likely going to end up in a wheelchair because of, like, there was no treatment options. They didn't really know what it was, but now they have so much more knowledge about it.
Yeah, that's
much
amazing,
more treatment
though.
Options available.
Not like amazing that anyone has to go through any of this shit, obviously, but like amazing that it's evolving, and it keeps you hopeful, I suppose, and keep you positive.
Yeah. And also, like, it's just I just do my best in like whatever I can do, and that's all you can. And like, you just gotta not get too bogged down in it, because you can.
Absolutely.
And I definitely have.
You could spiral, I'm sure.
I definitely.
Yeah. When you initially got diagnosed, did you have to have time off, like, extended period of leave off work, or were you like, did you just kind of say it through?
It's a pretty hard time.
Yeah.
I actually lost 2 jobs, but I think it was more a case.
Are they allowed to do that? Like, surely not. Surely that's fucking illegal. They can't just fire you if you were sponsored and you've got a health problem. Like,
it's probation. They have to give me a reason to leave. I mean, I don't think I was up to it either at the time. I think I needed time off.
Yeah, that's shit though. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. It's like, it's quite a stressful thing to go to, especially living on the other side of the world and paying Sydney rent prices. That would have been...
Yeah, I mean, all that, but also UK was going through a horrible time at the time, and I remember just thinking, God, like, COVID, like I would have no chance in the UK.
That's what I was actually going to say before when you went for saying about COVID. If you had got have you ever had COVID?
I've had it twice.
Twice, and you were okay?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's particularly dangerous for people who have got existing...
I mean, funny, because I was actually better than my boyfriend more recently, and he was like, "How is this?" And I was like, "Because you smoke." He doesn't anymore, but it was funny. But basically, the first time I had it was like false negatives, like a few years ago, when we all got a negative COVID test at Christmas, and it turned out to be like loads of people had it, but I just remember having a really bad fever. But because I do like eat well and exercise and stuff, like I'm on medication, like it's well managed, like I look after myself, but it could obviously.
But if you do, I was just, the reason I asked is if your diagnosis was around the time COVID was happening, it might have actually been before you even got your diagnosis, right? Like there was a chance you could have got COVID before you even knew you had MS.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of like referencing.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I don't think it had got here yet though. Because when I got diagnosed, they were starting to close the borders.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wanted like my parents to get over ASAP, but they were like, let's just see how things go.
Oh my God, so you weren't able to see them through the whole...
No, unfortunately not. The borders were just shut. But yeah, I went back like as soon as I could, like a year or so later. But also, like, at the time, I was just getting like such really well looked after by Ramwick, Prince of Wales. Like I was, the physio team, neurology team, all the different departments were like just seeing me and helping me. And
yeah, that's good. It's good you've had the right support.
That's amazing. Honestly, I think the healthcare around the world has struggled I think it's like a bit of a backlog since things. I don't really know, but at the moment, like, health in the UK isn't the best.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. My mum works for the NHS, so like I hear
my nan's just like had chemo and radiotherapy, and she waits 6 months to start it after finding the thing, and like it's hard, isn't it? Because like my nan was like, they grew up in the war times, and like it was all very like healthcare was number one and like the best service in the UK.
She found out that she had cancer and she didn't start treatment for 6 months.
Yeah.
That is absolutely horrendous. I'm so sorry. Like that's...
She smashed it though.
Yeah, good. That's amazing. Yeah, that's wild. It's frightening.
It's
frightening.
It really is. And I knew, I spoke to the doctors when I went home last year, and they said that I'd be waiting like up to a year to start treatment, and I have it every 6 months. So like if at the moment, it's not really a good option.
Wow.
But also I've been here 7 years. I've been here like for a long time before I got diagnosed.
Yeah, and surely they should fucking take that into consideration.
We'll get to the tribunal, and we'll hopefully it'll have some way, but we'll see how we go.
Well, if there's anything I can do, I don't think I can do much.
I think I'll be doing a petition.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll share it. That's fucked. Like, that's, yeah. If so, you've been through here all that time, you've been here through COVID, you've done the hard graft, and then to just be fucking booted out because you've got a health condition that you can't help, it just appeared. Like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. That kind of stuff really infuriates me. It feels like injustice, Like, hate that shit.
I mean, I understand why it exists, but it's just... It should
be on a case-by-case basis.
That's the thing, they don't really look at it like that.
No. Well,
at this point, you get to the next phase, and that's when you get like a one-on-one like person, like, and then you put
to assess it. Alright, well, I'll be crossing all my fingers and toes for you. Okay, so thanks for sharing that with me, by the way. I know it's kind of personal, very personal, but it's interesting. When you first mentioned it to me and like being a DJing, I was like, I would never in my mind think that those two things would be able to coexist, So yeah, it's really interesting and like impressive that you actually do something like that,
I mean, if I was DJing and travelling and like DJing late long sets all the time, maybe it would affect me. But like, I mean, I was out until like, I don't really want to put a time on it, but I was out late Friday and Saturday, and like I can do it and I love it and I'm having the best time.
Yeah, just don't do it too often.
No, I can do it. I just don't drink every time. Yeah,
that's like such a huge thing. Like the drink, the drugs, everything else. Like that's what really changes it.
If you're DJing and you're drinking all the time, I think it's just not a good recipe. No. Obviously, people do it and they're fine with it, especially with a health condition. Like, I just can't be doing that. And no. I don't want to do that. Because I just think that I want to give myself my best chance.
Yeah, 100%. That's a good perspective.
I still do have a wild night every now and again.
So like you say, it's got to be worth it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not going to just go out and do it for the sake of it every weekend. Like, that's just silly.
So what's the, do you have like some long-term aspirations with DJing? Like what does like your bucket list or your 5-year plan, like what would you actually like to be doing?
I just want to keep DJing and like play for... I want to start making my own music, and I'm in the process, but it's a long process, which is we're ever getting there. But we will get there, and also just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm so happy with the gigs I've had this month, because I've gone through phases where I've DJed just full time and stuff, and you do more bar gigs and things, which are fine and a great way to make money, and I love them. But also like recently, like this month, like in the past like 4 weeks, I've played like 3 1-hour sets, which I obviously pay less, but they've just been like for epic artists and DJs and supporting the lineups or the brands that I really love, or like the venues. So it's been really, really good. I've really enjoyed it so recently.
So what would you like your ideal week to look like? Would you like to be doing like a different kind of job and then DJing every weekend or not every weekend? Like do you want it to be like your full professional gig, or do you want it to be like a side hustle hobby?
I'd love it to be my full professional gig.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Would you love to like travel and stuff, or do you think that'd be too much for you?
No, absolutely. It'll be fine. You know what it is? It's like all you have to do is manage your lifestyle and look after yourself. If you do those two things, which I can do and I'm very good at it, I think you can do anything, and you shouldn't be limited by a health condition no matter what you've got.
100%.
It's just like, don't underestimate yourself.
Do anything if you put your mind to it.
Yeah, and I will.
Yeah, good. On record, I love it. And what's do you have any like bucket list things around Sydney? Any like festivals or groups?
I've just really enjoyed like playing around and playing different events, and also I don't know. So basically, my thing is like, you obviously have to be going out all the time, and you have to be playing at all the events, and attending the events to play the events, and I need my sleep. So when I'm not DJing, I can't always go out all the time. So, and obviously with my health, I just have to like prioritize that sometimes. So it's hard to get out all the time, but I'd love to keep playing for all the events in Sydney, like We Love and Suture and Sash. Like that'd be epic. And I really enjoy Carousel.
Carousel's a great venue. Have you ever played for Sash? Any of those people you mentioned before?
No, I've not played for Sash. I've played for like quite a lot of events in Sydney though, and like I played Defected After-party and Michael Bibi when he was here.
Club Above?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's so cool.
I've played at Club Above twice. Well, I played at Club Above once and then Michael Bibi once at Ivy, at the upstairs room, not the main stage. Yeah. I'd love to play the main stage. That would be cool. I was there on a Saturday watching Felicity. But yeah, I think that I just want to keep networking. Like I was out on Saturday and I met so many people, and I love the conversations I have with the people. I was actually just chatting to Frankie Romero, who is like the music director for Cafe Del Mar, because he played after me on Saturday, and he just, he's a bit older and like he's been playing in Sydney for years. Like he just has such great chats with with people when you have time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I that's what I love. I'm such a networker, and I love talking to people and learning about different people, whether it's music or anything.
Maybe you should come be my co-host. Come sit on this side of the couch. That's exactly me. Like I love meeting new people. I love music. I love talking shit. So it's a perfect recipe. So you've obviously DJing, expressed a bit of an interest in potentially producing later down the track. Have you ever organised your own events?
I have. So after COVID, when we first were able to dance, I started a weekly night on a Friday called Jess Herself Presents Booze House and Tech at the Booze House in King's Cross. And Daryl got me in that as well. He did it, and then I did it the next week and then continued it. And that was really good fun. Like I had all the people you've had on pretty much play.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It was just a way that we could go out and have a good dance after COVID when we've been locked down. It was an epic.
There was an appetite for it after COVID.
Yeah, I've got so many cool videos and pictures and stuff. But yeah, I definitely should do it again.
What were those nights like? You can send me the content. What were those nights like?
I was just basically house and tech house night, and I did open deck 6 till 8 every night, so anyone could drop in and like.
How long would they play for?
I was doing like 15-minute slots.
Yeah.
Unless nobody else was there in the queue, they could just continue playing.
How many people would want to come on?
Yeah, like there was people playing the whole 2 hours.
Wow, that's so cool. So like at least 8 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea of that. That's cool, and I bet you get some good talent through and like.
Oh, absolutely. Well, actually, I met Dan, who is Clutch Up. Have you heard his DJ name? But he should definitely get him on. So Dan, his DJ name is Clutch Up, but he's also in a duo called Table for Two. So Dan turned up to open decks at my Jess Herself Presents Booze House and Tech, and I'd been promoting it on like all the Facebook pages and everything. And yeah, so he's a great friend, and like we go out often, and he's a great DJ, and he teaches me, and he can vinyl and he can everything. So
he can do vinyl. I saw on Justin Muscat's page today, he's doing an all vinyl night at his warehouse in a few weeks. That would be so cool. Obviously we've just opened Jam Record Bar, and they've got vinyl in there as well. It's cool seeing people. It's just not something you really see that much.
Dan played at Jam Record Bar last week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he played all night.
Cool. So yeah, your event sounds fun, and I'll definitely be keen to come along.
Well, I just need a new venue. That was just a good little venue. Like, I could start small, and I just did it for the venue.
Did it shut down?
It has since, yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. So many places shut down.
You know, it's a venue that just needs music being on, just to run little get-togethers to like get people playing and get out. Like, people just want to get out there and play and meet people.
Yeah, and it's so good, and you will. If you go somewhere, I say this all the time. If you go somewhere for the music, you will meet like-minded people because you already have at least one thing in common.
This is it. Like, all my friends, I've got so many great friends from the music industry, or from having a passion for music and going to events together. Like, I've got all my good friends at home. Like, they're all DJs. Like,
my entire friendship group, all we do is go out to gigs and festivals and
it's
stuff.
so
like
nice. Like,
it's so nice.
It's so unique, and you know what? Like, I don't have that with all my friends, and some of my friends hate music.
Some of my friend Mel, when I put the music on, she literally goes, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, she's a PT. We just got such different, like, we're so different. I don't even know how we're friends, but we've just been friends for years. But I can also, like, we don't care that each other doesn't like the same things. Like, I think it's funny that she thinks it's so shit, you know, and she just can't believe, like, when I explained to her about going to festivals and stuff, she's like, "I don't know how you do that," and I'm just like, I don't know how you go to the gym fucking 600 times a day, but there you go. You know,
this is it, isn't it? Like, everyone just has their own thing, and everyone is different, and we just need to play into our strengths, and like, music and the magic will be made.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's so different. I'm like, that's what I mean. Like, I just met so many great people and learned so much from different people, and I've just grown so much as a person off the back of it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's all one big game, journey, exploration, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, always learning more and more each day. So cool. Just little bit conscious of keeping you out too late on a school night. Again, thanks for coming over. So you referenced something earlier, I can't remember exactly what it was. So how else would you want to get involved in the music industry? Do you want to continue, like, other routes other than just DJ?
I'd love to run events, or like work for a venue organising their music and like events, making sure all the marketing and everything. And like, I really enjoyed it when I did it for Sounds Like, and I really enjoyed it when I did it for CDEC. And I think that I just had more. I could see the passion in it. Like, I've always been a project manager, and I've always done it, but did an apprenticeship, and I kind of like worked up, and I've learnt so many amazing skills. But once I applied it to the music scene, like, that was where, like, I was like, oh yeah, this is great, because I was wanting to work more, you know. And you know, I think it's definitely where I really want to go.
That's funny, because I'm a project manager and I want to work in the music industry, so it's just kind of like listening to what you're saying about, like, that's what I say all the time. I'm like, if I can be this good at what I do, imagine how good I could be if it was something I was truly passionate about.
Well, that's it. And so many, I think everyone will say, well, not everyone, but many people will say they've always just done what they've done because
that's what they've done.
Yeah, but I've obviously just had a reason to rethink things and look at things and have time and things, because I had like a year without work rights.
So what's coming up in like the short and medium and long term for you over the next 3, 6, 9 months?
To be honest, I've just finished like a busy time. Like, I was pretty busy in summer, and then over the past like month or so, I've just been like 1 or 2 gigs a week. But now I'm actually quiet, and I'm going on holiday this weekend, and then I've not really got anything until like, because I'm going on holiday.
Where are you going?
It's my 30th in July, and I want.
What date?
13th.
Oh, you're 1 year and 12 days younger than me. Mine's on the 1st
of August.
July. Yeah. 93 last year. Okay. Yeah, cool. So it's your 30th. So what are you doing?
I'm still undecided. My boyfriend's like, can you decide? Because I wanted to do a Gestival, a repeat of my 21st, and I knew where and who I wanted there and everything, but I'm not a summer baby here. I'm a winter baby. So like, what I want to do is just can't really. It's just cold.
I must say, we went away with 30 of our friends, because my boyfriend's 2 weeks older than me. We had a joint 30th, which was perfect. We went to this big like manor house, only like an hour away in Windsor, and it was a huge house, had a big hall, and it had a log fire. and like we had the best fucking time. And during the day, it was, you know, Sydney in this winter, so like I was actually laughing to myself today, right, because I was walking down the road in my puffer coat, freezing, but then like on Sunday I was sat in the garden like sunbathing, because during the day it's warm, but it's just like if you're not in the sun or it's windy, it's cold, right? So it was like it can still be really warm, you could still definitely like do something fun like that for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to Europe, so I was just thinking I might just do it when I get back, because I'm going home in August on my friend's wedding in France. I'm DJing at her wedding, actually.
Are you?
A pool party a few days after.
On the like recovery day.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I did in France last year for my friend Daryl and Leanne's wedding.
Oh,
so it's been really fun. And I went to Bali the year before and DJ'd there, so it's been
Bali?
Really fun. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Where did you DJ in Bali?
Gilly Tea.
Yeah, love Gilly Tea. Where did you DJ there?
Oddmob bar?
I probably wouldn't. Yeah, it's been a long time since I was there, but it's an amazing island. I love it.
We went for like 3.5 weeks last year. Well, when we didn't have a visa, we left not knowing that we could come back, so we sold everything and then went to Bali for a couple of weeks. And then things just worked out, and my boyfriend's been helping me and supporting me. He's amazing.
So you left and thought you were leaving, and then you came back?
Wasn't sure if we'd be able to get back in the country.
Wow. That would have been a weird feeling.
That was awful.
Yeah. Getting on the plane, not knowing if you were going to be allowed back in.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I mean, we would have got back in, but we didn't know if, it wasn't really worth. It was better to go on holiday for 3 months and just see, than
Oh, you went on holiday for 3 months?
Well, that's it. That's why we did it, because we didn't know if we could renew we couldn't know we could renew the lease because of the visa and everything.
Wow, that's hectic. That's hectic. Well, I'm glad you've sorted it all out, and you seem very resilient and just.
Well, that's the one good thing that's come out of it. Like, honestly, I never used to be so resilient. It was really hard, but like I could face it. You know, I just take each day as it comes down. I'm just grateful, because I know, like, with my MS, things could get worse, and with this and that, they could get worse. But as long as I'm doing what I can do and like doing the best out of it, you know, people can get a bit bogged down with the negatives, and probably myself previously, but I just try not to. And take the positives.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you don't stay positive, you'll just spiral out of control. Do you know what I mean? And then that's how people end up depressed, and you know, things just go downhill from there. So it's good that you've got the right attitude, and it's very admirable. It's like, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want it to sound like it's like that's obviously a terrible thing to be living with, but like you always have to think when you're trying to bring yourself out of a bad situation, like it could be worse.
Well, that was it. When I had the MRI, like, I didn't really know why they were sending me for an MRI. I had no idea that it would be like as long as it was. Like, you're in there for like an hour and a bit, and it was pretty awful. Because
you're in there for an hour. Wow.
Longer, yeah, because I think I was moving.
Oh my god.
And I didn't know it would take that long. And then I think I remember thinking, oh shit, this could actually be serious. And that was when I was like, fuck.
That was the moment where you were like, yeah.
Yeah. Because up to that point, I was just, I feel a bit weird. Like, what is it? Or, I just thought it was something that could be fixed.
Is there pain?
Yeah, I get quite bad back pain and everything.
I was actually going to ask you, I can't believe I didn't. I was going to ask you if you wanted me to rearrange it in here so you could sit on a more comfortable chair. If I didn't ask, because I was like...
Don't worry.
Yeah, because I saw it there and you didn't go to it, so I was like... I was actually thinking about it before you came. I was going to ask today.
That would have been great, but...
Sorry.
I'm not uncomfortable.
No, I was like... Because I remember when we went for lunch the other day, I saw you readjusting yourself
a bit. It's not... At the moment, it's not great.
Yeah. Do you have to be careful, like, when you sleep in hotels and stuff like that?
No, like, I'm not ill. Like, I'm fine. I can crack on with anything. But it's just, I just, like, have to... To be honest, I've just not been that great with the gym in the past week. So I feel like that's why I'm a bit...
Yeah. Would you do, like, Pilates and stuff like that?
Yeah, like, I do everything. I've got to do weight training, basically. I just need to keep my body strong.
Yeah, nice. Well, good on you. Looking forward to seeing where you go, and I hope to see this petition. Well, hopefully we don't need a petition, but if it gets to that point, I'll definitely support you, because that's so shit, especially things that are just completely beyond your control. Yeah, I hope that everything works out, and I'm keen to see you DJ sometime soon. I haven't seen you DJ myself. Well, I might have done and not known. It could have been like a long time ago. But yeah, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up?
I don't think so. But yeah, I think I mentioned all the people I wanted to mention. But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No, well, thank you so much for coming over. And I look forward to sharing this with everyone after the long weekend. Are you doing anything for the long weekend?
I'm going to Perth.
Are you going to Perth?
Yeah, just for a long weekend. But I've obviously been playing like every weekend up to this weekend. I wanted to keep it free to take my boyfriend away for his birthday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. That's I always forget the beginning of the conversation by the end, and then I listen back to it, and I'm like, oh, fucking idiot.
Oh, I'm the worst.
All good. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming over, Han, and I look forward to sharing this out with everyone.
Thank you.